polo was first played in Persia, that's modern-day Iran, as early as the 6th century BC. It was at first a training game for cavalry units, and in time, polo became a Persian national sport. Persian literature and art feature rich accounts of polo in antiquity. The modern game of polo was formalized and popularized by the British. However, it is drawn from the way the game was played in the state of Manipur in India between 1819 and 1826. The 2008 version of polo bears no resemblance to any of those, except in perhaps the warlike play of some of the participants. Courier Bike Polo ahead on the homestretch. Biking in this city can certainly be challenging, especially if you're trying to maneuver through Calgary traffic, and that's why I've always had a lot of respect for bike couriers. They're in the middle of this mess all day long. After a day of dealing with we Calgary drivers, you think they'd be eager to dismount from their two-wheelers. Not so. As Danielle Nerman discovered, when their workday is over, many couriers like to play a game of bike polo, a sport that encourages brotherhood, beer, and sometimes blood. Danielle, here to explain. Hi.
Hello.
So what is bike polo?
Well, it's just like polo, minus the horses. Instead of horses, they ride bikes, and they don't play on a grass field, but a concrete parking lot. That's what they play on, a concrete parking lot, the one next to Sacred Heart School on 14th Street and 14th Avenue Southwest.
Okay, so I get the brotherhood and beer. That explains the blood, right? It's not a soft drink to fall on.
Exactly.
Yeah, ouch.
Yeah.
All right, does it hurt?
It hurts. And and you know, the other thing too is when I went, I noticed, you know, all men playing, but they did say a few women have braved it. Most of them are bike couriers or really good cyclists, and they do enjoy a beer or two in between games, but no one gets drunk. And bumps, bruises, and blood are definitely part of the game. I mean, when you're trying to balance on a bike and hit a ball with a mallet, you know someone's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
No one's lost an eye.
No.
But someone's going to get hurt. And there are no, rules about helmets or gear. They try to keep things civil. But you know what? If you're a pansy, this isn't the game for you.
Oh, I'm a coward. That's what I am. How many participants are there?
Well, to play the game, you only need 6 people. But the first time I stumbled upon it, there was about 30 guys waiting around to play, you know, having a brewski, waiting to play. So it's very popular. However, when I actually showed up with my microphone, you know, to record the game after I'd seen it, only 10 guys showed up when I went to record it. And I was like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, it's the Iron Maiden concert tonight. So there's
Iron Maiden. I haven't heard Iron Maiden in years.
So there's a lot of Iron Maiden fans amongst the bike courier community, which is why 10 only showed up when I went and recorded. So, someone who did show up and always shows up is Justin Gullickson. He brought bike polo to Calgary about 4 years ago.
I'm not sure where it actually started, but in the last few years it's kind of exploded all over the place. I was in New York a couple years ago and we played a lot there. I actually was living in an apartment in Brooklyn, and it was an old warehouse, and we played bike polo on the roof. Just about all the major cities in North America, the bike couriers find a parking lot or a tennis court or something like that and use a street hockey ball usually, and we make our own mallets. We usually make the handles out of either old golf clubs or ski poles, and the head of the mallet's made out of PVC pipe. It's just like the stuff with horses, except we ride a bike. You're not allowed to put your feet on the ground. There's a goal on each end, and we usually play to 5 or 10 points, and that's about it. There's not a lot of strict rules. There's no official rule on contact, but we try not to get too rowdy.
Oh, that's what you get for showing off. Jesse Henderson. There's a guy named Jarvis. He seems to bleed a lot.
He always hurts himself?
Yeah, but he always gets in there and plays again, and it doesn't seem to stop him any.
Can you tell me about a painful experience?
I had a breakaway once and was riding down the court about to score, and one of my opponents threw his mallet at me to try to knock the ball away, and it went into my front wheel and launched me over the handlebars.
How can a sport like this damage your bike?
Getting a mallet in the spokes, then, or just a plain old crash. I don't know how many wheels I've seen tacoed. They're just like folded in half and bent up. I've had a couple myself. Yeah, they're really rough on the wheels. The frames usually withstand everything, but it's the wheels that get the damage, especially when you're riding something expensive. You're looking at a $300, $400 replacement.
Hi, I'm Kent Simmons, and I work for Monarch Messenger as a bike courier.
I was trying to figure out why, if you bike all day, you want to come here and play bike polo.
Well, it gives us an opportunity to hang out with our friends and show off all our bike skills, I guess. And I sort of like the rough play.
Well, I guess it started out as couriers because I'm a bike messenger and a lot of my friends are. But we're happy to have anyone come and play. There's even a little kid who's 10 years old from across the street who comes and plays. He's been playing for 3 years now, and he does pretty good, even against the big kids.
Oh yeah, Iron Maiden, a favorite among Calgary's bike polo community. Danielle Nerman helping us to experience the joy, the pain of bike polo. To taco a bicycle wheel. I really like that one.
Folding of a bicycle
wheel. We don't ask you to put yourself at risk to do this job. Did you get hurt?
You know what? I think they played nice while I was around. I suspect things got messy after me and my 3-inch heels vacated the parking lot. But if you have the guts, and you want to play bike polo, you can. You can head down to the parking lot next to Sacred Heart School this Wednesday or Thursday night. They play both days every week starting around 5:30 p.m. The parking lot is on 14th Avenue Southwest, half a block west of 14th Street. Bring your bike. They always have a few extra mallets to spare. They might be a bit bent. And Calgary's bike polo community would love to be able to play year-round. So if you have a nice, warm warehouse you'd like to donate, you can call our talkback line at 521-6244. You can email us at homestretch@calgary.cbc.ca. Nice, warm warehouse.
Nice,
it's what you're doing for the community.
Otherwise, it's back to hacky sack, and that's not half as much fun. Thanks, Danielle.
Thank you.
Danielle Nerman is the associate producer and resident adventurer on the Homestretch. Now with an update, here's Kathy Little with the CBC Calgary News.